this will lead to fewer deaths?
Unfortunately, I'm afraid I don't think it will. I think that the horror of this attack, and I think there is a particular issue around the use of chemical weapons because there's a particular international law prohibition against chemical weapons. So it does matter more. Unfortunately, that's not what we heard from President Trump. What we heard was that he was motivated by the claim that this was somehow in the U.S. interest, that this was going to protect Americans, which is simply not the case. He made no reference to what it might mean for Syrians, and he referred to it in terms of his own emotions. He was moved by seeing these children that had been killed so horrifically, as I think everybody who saw or heard anything about this attack. But that doesn't take into account, Amy, as we know, the problem of the war that has been waged in Syria and in the region, where the deaths of children have not motivated either U.S. officials, the deaths of children in Mosul, the deaths of children across Syria, the deaths of refugee children who are being denied entrance to the United States. The hypocrisy of it from the vantage point of the Trump administration is staggering. An administration that slams the door in the face overwhelmingly of children and women from Syria who are trying desperately to find refuge somewhere. This is something that might actually help some people. I don't think that an attack on one airfield, unfortunately, is going to change the military balance of forces. I think what we are seeing is a complete violation of international law by the United States in the context of other violations that have happened across the war battlefield in Syria, certainly more casualties caused by the regime, but violations of international law on all sides. The claim that somehow Trump's own emotions give him the right to now violate both domestic law, no consultation with Congress, and international law, no approval from the United Nations. This was an illegal act. This was an act of war. And to say that this is somehow going to make things better for Syrians, I'm afraid that after this, it's going to get much worse, not better.
Alia Malik, your response?